Good morning, dear students. In our previous lecture, we have studied in detail that how we can find out the Miller indices of various crystal planes present in a crystal, and reversely, if we know the Miller indices of a plane, how we can find out or identify a given plane in a crystal. Now, what do we mean by family of planes? Or we can say crystallographically equivalent planes. First of all, we will denote the crystallographically equivalent planes by enclosing the Miller indices in curly brackets. So this notation is representing a family of planes having Miller indices HKN. Now, what do we mean by crystallographically equivalent planes? These are what? It's a group of equivalent planes which are having the same atomic packing. Such a group of equivalent planes is known as a family of planes. For example, in a cubic system, the planes having same Miller indices, regardless of the order and sign, they all will be equivalent. What does it mean? That a group of planes which are having same Miller indices, but in these planes the orders of Miller indices may be changed or their sign may be changed, then we are getting a set of different planes having same Miller indices. Such a group of planes is known as crystallographically equivalent planes or family of planes. Now, a family of planes is not having all the planes which are parallel to each other. As we can see here, we are having different type of planes here, but these planes are not parallel to each other, but they are belonging to a family of planes. But you can see the planes having same ratio of Miller indices, they will always be the parallel planes. So we should not be confused that a family of planes will having all the planes parallel. Now we can see here a family of planes which is having Miller indices 110, that is enclosed in curly brackets. It is showing a number of planes which are having Miller indices 110 in various orders and in which the signs of these Miller indices have been changed. So we are getting a set of planes which is a family of planes which can be shown by this notation 110 enclosed in curly brackets. Now, next one is the crystallographic directions. So first of all, we must know the relationship between a crystallographic plane and a crystallographic direction. You will see a crystallographic direction is a vector normal to the crystal plane. So the Miller indices for a plane and a vector normal to it, they will be same. For example, if we know the Miller indices of a plane, then the direction indices of a vector normal to it will have the same Miller indices. As we can see in the figure, this plane is having Miller indices 100 enclosed in parenthesis. Now this plane is having a vector normal to it, which is having Miller indices 100 enclosed in square brackets, and this is what representing here crystallographic direction. This crystallographic direction is perpendicular to the plane having same Miller indices. So crystallographic directions are what? These are the vectors normal to a crystal plane, and they are represented by the notation in which the Miller indices are enclosed by square brackets. So the Miller indices of a plane and a direction normal to it will have same Miller indices. Similarly, in case of these planes also we are having crystallographic directions perpendicular to them. Now, if a vector r passing from the origin to a latest point can be written as this, where a, b, c are the basic vectors or unique vectors, then how we can find out the Miller indices of a given direction? Now, to calculate the Miller indices of a given direction, you will see, suppose that is having intercepts r1, r2 and r3. So we will first take the intercepts r1, r2, r3. If these are in fractions, then we will eliminate the fractions by multiplying all the components by LCM of their denominators. Least common multiple of the denominator we will multiply to clear the fractions, and then what you will find out, you will get the Miller indices of a given direction, which will be expressed as this if we are having intercept 1, 3/4 and 1/2. In this case, we will multiply it by 4 all the components, which is the least common multiple. Then you will see 4, 3, 2 is the Miller indices of the crystallographic direction, which is having intercept 1, 3/4 and 1/2. For example, we have to find out the Miller indices of a vector as shown in this unit cell, which is having edge length a equal to b equal to c. Now, this vector is having intercept a by 2 on the x-axis and intercept b on the y-axis, as we can see from the figure. And in case of z-axis, there is no intercept, so it is having a 0 intercept on the z-axis. So we can write here, step 1 is the given vector is passing through the origin of the coordinate system, and the intercept of the vector on x, y and z axis are a by 2, b and 0. Now, as it is in the fraction form, so we will multiply all the components by LCM. So we are multiplying throughout by the 2, and then we are finding the Miller indices of this crystallographic direction, which will be equal to 1, 2 and 0. So this is the way how we can find out the Miller indices of a given vector or direction. Similarly, there are various other examples which you can do for your exercise. Like we are having different directions 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, direction 1 to direction 6. You can find out the Miller indices of these directions if you know the intercepts of these directions on x, y and z axis. Similarly, we are having various other examples like this. The vector shown by red line here, it is having coordinates 0, 1, 1. So first we will clear the fraction. There is no fraction, so we can write again 0, 1, 1 here. So the crystal direction will be 0, 1, 1 enclosed in square brackets. Similarly, we are having another example in which we are having the point coordinates or the intercepts of the given crystallographic direction are 1/2, 1 and 1/2. Now we will clear the friction by multiplying it by LCM, which is equal to 2. So we are having here 1, 2, 1 as a Miller indices of the given crystal direction. Similarly, there are other examples for the exercise. Now, we are doing reverse here. If we know the Miller indices, how we can identify the given direction? Till now, we have found out the Miller indices of a direction if we are knowing the direction. Now in this case we are knowing the Miller indices and we are finding out the direction. So we are having Miller indices of a crystallographic direction as 1, 1, 0. It means we will have to move 1 unit towards the x-axis and 1 unit towards the y-axis, and as there is no intercept on the z-axis, so we will just take the resultant of these two vectors. As we can see in this figure, 1, 1, 0. So we are moving 1 unit towards the x-axis, 1 unit towards the y-axis, taking its resultant, and we are getting the final vector of the given crystallographic direction, which is 1, 1, 0. Similarly, we are having here the Miller indices 0, 1, 1. So we will move 1 unit towards the y-axis and 1 unit towards the z-axis like this. one unit towards y-axis and one unit towards the z-axis, as there is no intercept on the x-axis. So we will take the resultant of these two vectors, and resultant of these two vectors is giving us the Miller indices of given crystallographic direction. It means we are finding here the resultant crystallographic direction from this Miller indices, which is 0, 1, 1. Now, as in case of planes, we are having a family of directions also, and this is represented by the notation HKL enclosed in angle brackets. Now, what do we mean by family of direction? It is a set of directions which are related by symmetry operations of the crystals. Like in case of family of planes, we will having the family of directions having all the directions in which the Miller indices order is changed or their signs are changed in case of different directions. So, if we are having a family of directions which is represented by the symbol UVW and closed in angle brackets, then these all directions are related to each other by the symmetry of the crystal. For example, in this figure we can see, in case of a cubic crystal, a family of directions represented by 1, 0, 0 and closed in angle brackets. So this is a family of directions which can be represented by this symbol 1, 0, 0. These all directions are included in this family. Similarly, there are other examples here. A family of directions having Miller indices 1, 1, 0. A family of directions having Miller indices 1, 1, 1. In which the order of Miller indices are changed and various signs of Miller indices are changed to get the various possible directions in this family of directions. Now, what are the various notations for designation of lattice planes and directions? Till now we have studied all about the lattice planes, directions, family of planes, family of directions. So what are the various notations we have used here? In case of a crystallographic direction, we have used Miller indices and closed in square brackets. In case of family of directions, the Miller indices have been enclosed in angle brackets. In case of a crystallographic plane, the Miller indices have been enclosed in parentheses. And in case of a family of planes, the Miller indices have been enclosed in curly brackets. So these all are the notations used to designate various lattice planes and directions. Thank you.